What is Israel Apartheid Week? It's a fabrication. Why is it a fabrication? Because we all know that Israel is not an apartheid state.
We don't live in Palestine, you will allow freedom of speech. We don't live in Palestine, you will allow freedom of speech. We live in a free country, you will allow freedom of speech. This is not Palestine, you cannot kill me, you cannot slit my throat, you can't throw acid in my face if I'm a woman, you can't hang me if I'm gay. This is Canada! I'm proud of many things, but one of the things I'm most proud about is the fact that I'm a Zionist. I'm proud of the fact that I adhere to an ideology that is the most successful restoration of an indigenous people in human history.
For these folks to organize Israel Anti-Apartheid Week means that they are finding a new cover for essentially what is Jew hatred, to give it a cover of being anti-imperialistic or pro-Palestinian. And anyone who buys into this garbage about apartheid in Israel should pay a visit to Israel.
I'm deeply concerned about Israel Apartheid Week as being a smokescreen for anti-Semitism. What happens is you take an entire generation of young people at a university campus and you indoctrinate them obsessively with this message that Israel is this modern pariah, apartheid, Nazi-style racially segregated state. And what happens over time is these young people begin to believe it.
I do believe that Israel Apartheid Week allows uneducated, misinformed students to not only participate in hatred against Israel, but the Jewish students on campus as well.
There's slander plastered over walls talking about specific Jewish students.
Yes, I think that Israel Apartheid Week unfairly targets Jewish students because it's singling out one country. The Middle Eastern conflict is a big conflict that entails many parties, but yet one is being singled out. And Israel Apartheid Week, the title itself, is already concluding the point of view on the whole debate.
You know, like I, as the vice president of the Italian club, couldn't put my postings all over the university. They'd be ripped down. However, for the organizers of IAW, they have this special privilege, and they're allowed to go and just put up their paraphernalia wherever they see fit. So I see that as sort of support from the YFS for this demonstration.
And I feel that that is racist. I feel that that is unfair, and I'm completely against it. And I am personally targeted by it. Yes, I am.
The question of what we do to ensure that everyone, including our Jewish students, feel that the campus provides them the opportunity to express themselves and not to feel intimidated is an issue that we work on 365 days a year.
I'm definitely convinced that it's hypocritical to target Israel when Arab communities are striving for the same rights that the Israelis have and have supported for years. And I think it's even more hypocritical of the Arab countries to use Israel as a pretense for their problems while trying to avoid the unrest at home.
I just think of it as part of a plan overall to use anti-Israel incitement, possibly anti-Semitic incitement, to achieve political ends. I don't even know if the people using them believe it.
I think the issue is, where Israel kind of becomes an unfair target is that Israel itself is the most developed state in the Middle East. And for some reason, paradoxically, instead of being a paradigm of economic development in the Middle East, it becomes the pariah.
Of course it's hypocritical that people should be targeting Israel, given the explosion, literally, that's going on across the entire Middle East. And isn't it interesting that this time out, we're not looking at a Jewish or an Israeli target?
It's definitely hypocritical, the attacks on Israel and the propaganda against Israel, and we can see that from the very nature of who is attacking Israel, and we see constantly people are, as their last effort, and particularly with the revolts that are going on now, is somehow the Jewish nation is brought out as being responsible for all evils on no matter which side it is in any particular dispute.
It only comes down to one thing. It's hateful, it's intolerant, and some would say it's even anti-Semitic.